that, we need two devices which are called agents. So we need two agents. One for each address. So those two agents, one is called the foreign agent. FA. So this is this, yes.
Does that mean now we can only use technically 2 million addresses? Because every computer has 2 IP addresses now.
I mean only if they're mobile. So
we only need this one.
Yeah.
Then how would you know it's a mobile network?
That's really up to you. So I mean the internet doesn't care, frankly. So if I set up my system so that I'll grab an IP address over here, and anything that arrives at that IP address will be forwarded to a different IP address. That's not something that's allowed under the rules. So that's perfectly fine. I can set up like 5 IP addresses that way if I want.
In reality,
you actually have to put something at that IP address that forwards. It's not like
that's right. So that's what we're talking
it's
about.
not like you can add an entry to a router or something.
No. That's what we're talking about. Actual devices have to sit somewhere and do this. Okay, so we have 2 agents. The foreign agent. So that's exactly what we're talking about. The devices that do this, that take care of this. So like I said, the internet doesn't change. This is just our trick for getting the internet to behave the way we want. So in order to do that, we need computers that we need our own specially configured routers to do that.
So just an index server tells you exactly where everyone is.
Guess you can call it
whenever
that,
you
sure.
log into the internet, you register with that server.
Yeah, you can call it that, sure.
So this is the basic idea behind CDMA network and UMTS code caches, because there are different technologies, but
so this is a specific protocol we're talking about called mobile IP.
yes.
I will have to look up whether.
Well, in GSM networks we have a similar idea like PLMN and home PLMN,
Okay.
and in CDMA networks we have a terminology mobile IP
Yeah, so
and simple IP.
that's this protocol.
is it not safe to assume that every phone that has data also has a phone number?
Also has a phone number.
Because if you do that, then you just map your phone number and my cell phone
Wait,
provider.
you know, so
because well off EG and stuff.
So Rogers has this thing called the rocket stick, which you can just stick into your USB port. So that's actually not a safe assumption, and it shouldn't be a requirement. So there are fewer phone numbers than there are. So these guys were just yakking about the restricted number of IPv4 addresses. There are even fewer phone numbers than there are addresses, so that would even further restrict. But yeah, so that's actually not a safe. I can see where you're going with that, but that's not a safe assumption. Okay, so we need these 2 computers. The foreign agent handles the care of address. And in fact, we're going to say, in particular, for our purposes, the foreign agent is just a computer. It's a router sitting somewhere. For our purposes, the FA's IP address is the COA. So this packet arrives at the foreign agent, and the foreign agent. Basically, what will happen is you can think of the foreign agent as a cell tower, and I'm in that cell, and so that packet arrives at the care of address, which is just the foreign agent. And this resides in what's called foreign network. The other guy is the home agent. And this guy handles the home network address, the HNA. And it also maintains a registry, a location registry for each HNA, for each home network address located, for each home network address handled by the home agent. It keeps track of the COA, the care of address. In other words, the home agent is the guy who does the forwarding. So the home agent keeps your permanent address and then keeps track of where you are and will then forward your packets, the care of address. So based on this description, one thing the foreign agent has to do, the foreign agent has to update, the foreign agent updates the care of address at the home agent.
So is this already implemented in the network layer?
So I'm hiding the details of how this is done. We're going to talk about a little bit about that next time. So I mean, all of these, basically all of these are control messages being passed back and forth. Those are part of the protocol. So in other words, as you move around, so let's think of this as you have your mobile, you're walking from base station to base station. As your base station changes, as you change base stations, the foreign agent in the new base station will realize that you've arrived here and will send a message to your home agent. So there should be some way of the foreign agent realizing which is the correct home agent. Again, we'll talk a little bit about those kinds of issues next time.